Hi, I'm Dave Richards with Equicast, and this morning what I want to do is give some pointers on how to use Equicast, how to use our EVA line of shoes, and methods that I have found work the best most of the time. So what I'd like to do initially is to introduce my favorite style of casting, and that it's a circumference wrap. And what the circumference wrap is basically where I want to run the casting material on the bottom part of the foot about an inch up and, most importantly, an inch in, so it looks something like a rim pad. I do not recommend ever putting anything across the sole, even if you're trying to protect the sole, because whatever you put on the sole is actually putting the sole closer to the ground. So if we can build up the circumference of the hoof and add distal length, you're actually pushing the sole up off the ground. So what I'm going to do now is get ready, and then we're going to just do a simple circumference cast that I recommend using most of the time. So what we've done is, whenever casting, I prefer to have a little extra distal length and just do a very light Mustang roll or beveling off the outer stratum of the hoof wall. This will give a little bit of a cupping effect to the hoof, which allows the horse to kind of grab some surface, and it acts more like a natural foot than just a flat surface. If you don't have concavity in the foot, we have other products, and we'll show you in a minute how to use the other products to create the concavity in the foot that you want, so you get back to that dome that we ideally like to see in a foot. Now, when using cast, the best method that I've found to adding water to the cast is actually opening up the cast at these darts. Now, for people that haven't used this much, we actually have the directions here in a chronological order as to how to use it and how to remove it. These are fairly accurate, and if you watch it, if you just read the little articles or follow the pictures, it should work for you quite well. So if you open up the pouch and then just kind of open up this way, take some cold water, and I can't overemphasize cold water. Just fill it up so that you're covering the cast. It only has to stay in there a few seconds, but please make sure you use cold water. And then once you've got this casted up, what you're going to do is get the horse stand well, and here's where you start the cross your heart bar. Start it up fairly high near the hairline, and then just barely catch that heel on the opposite side, come around, and now we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we create a little V, and then you just continue to follow it around. You start down low, even if you need your thumb to kind of hold it, and then you come up high, go around it, trying to get a good amount of cast material at the bottom of the foot as well as at the top. And you just keep wrapping this up, going high and then coming down and going high on this side. And then you kind of want to pull it a bit so that you're getting this fairly tight, and you just keep wrapping it around, going up high, so that what we're starting to build is we've got cast going fairly high here and around the circumference of the foot. And then just keep adding, and you can kind of pull it so you're getting it nice and tight, and then back the other way, and coming up this way, and then coming across down here. Now, the next important part of it is the stretch wrap. What you want to do here is grab the stretch wrap, start over the bulbs, and this is really important. You want to start over the bulbs, go around the hoof, and catch the bulbs again. And now try to catch a little bit of the toe, and just keep wrapping this up. And the reason for the bulbs is I don't want to pull the cast off the foot. I want to make sure that the cast is going on the hoof. So now I can start pulling this fairly tight, and the stretch wrap works really well. And then when you're done, pull this up, and then what you want to do is set this down on a nice deformable surface. And so what you'll end up with is this cast material in the contours of the bottom of the foot. It works quite well. So that is the circumference wrap. I use that most of the time. Now people will ask, what size cast should we use? And it's kind of an easy formula. A 2 should go on a horse up to about 1,200 pounds. A 3 will go on to a horse from about 1,200, 1,400 pounds, and then the 4 inch by 5 yards go on huge horses. These will be horses that have size 5, 6s, and up in shoe size. And that's basically the basic cast for the circumference wrap.